Hi everybody, welcome to another Kids Craft. Today we're going to be making a wind spinner, which is a decoration that you can hang up outside and watch it spin in the wind. Here's what you're going to need. First of all, you are going to need one pipe cleaner or Chanel stem, whatever you call those. I'm going to use a white one, but you can use whatever color you would like. You are going to need a fishing spinner. Looks like that. You are going to need about 30 pony beads. You can use a couple more if you want, just depending on how you want your spinner to look. I'm using clear ones. Again, you can use whatever color you would like. You're going to need one kind of a hanging pendant, something a little heavier. This is going to go on the bottom of your spinner. Kind of give that a little bit of weight. And finally, you're going to need about 14 pieces of plastic canvas. I'm going to use multiple colors. I do recommend that you use alternating colors, like on this example here, but for the purpose of this demonstration, mine are going to be different colors. Now these are cut down, so we have 3 across, and the length is just about 7 inches. So if you're counting the holes here, that's about 44 holes. So I have 14 of those. Again, I recommend alternating colors. Mine are different colors. You'll see why in just a bit. Here's how we start. First, you're going to take your pipe cleaner and your fishing spinner and find the smaller end there and just thread it through one end of your pipe cleaner like so. And give it a little bit of space. Then just fold it over and wrap it around itself. Like so. You're going to take one of your pony beads and thread it through the opposite end all the way to the end there, so it stays in place. Once you have that, start with your first piece of plastic canvas. In the very first line, take that middle hole and thread the pipe cleaner through all the way down to that bead there. Make this work just a little bit there. There we go. Once you have that, put down a second bead. Now, if you're only using 2 colors, you would use the second color at this point. So I'm just going to use a different color. And again, through that middle hole, just thread that through all the way down to the bottom. Another pony bead, thread it all the way down, and then go back to your first color. Again, mine's going to be a different color because of how I'm doing mine. And just keep going, alternating your colors. One piece of canvas, one pony bead, until you have all 14 pieces on your pipe cleaner. Just about finished with mine here. All right, so once you have your last piece of canvas on, put one more pony bead on the end. So you should have kind of a strip like this. What you're going to do next is take the very first one that you put on and loop it back up, again through the middle hole on the top, right back on to the pipe cleaner, so you get an arc shape like that. And just like with down here, I'm going to take a pony bead, put that down, then take your second strip and through the middle hole like that, pony bead, and continue on up through the rest of your strips until you get to the last piece that you have put on. You'll notice as you're doing this that your spinner is starting to take on its shell shape. And if you get a little bit off, you can pull them off and start over, but you're looking for this kind of curvy shell shape right here. Okay, just got my last couple bits here. In through the middle. Bead. And my last canvas piece right there. And I have 2 pony beads left, so I'm going to put both of those on. And again, I used 14 strips, but if you want to use more, you're more than welcome to. And there we go. You can see we have this nice shell shape here. So finally, you are going to take your pendant, and I'm going to do this the quick and easy way, but you can do this a little bit differently. I'll go over that in just a second. So just going to thread that through the end of my pipe cleaner like that, leave a little gap, and fold this back over, and I'm going to carefully just tuck that back in through those pony beads there. So that will keep everything in place. Pull it down a little bit, and that'll give my spinner some weight. You can also instead attach some string or invisible cording and do that through your pendant. Tie up the loose ends of your pipe cleaner and tie that here kind of under the pony beads. They'll just give it a little bit more of a dangle, which that's up to you if you like that, or if you want to get like this. This works just as well. I'm just holding mine here. I'm going to give it a spin so you can see how it works. You can just tie a little bit of string or cord to the end of your wind spinner there to hang it up, and watch it twirl in the breeze. And there you have it. And again, if you use your alternating colors, it looks something more like this. All right, thank you for joining us for this month's Kids Craft, and we will see you next time.